Hello, everyone. If you like what I'm doing here, please consider subscribing, liking, and commenting. It would really help the channel out quite a bit. Thank you very much.
D-U-Z, D-U-Z. Put love in your washing machine. Take your clothes out bright and clean. When you dab your wash, you'll sing. D-U-Z does everything.
Hello there, we've been waiting for you. It's time to play Truth or Consequences. Yes, Truth or Consequences, the show that does everything on the air, brought to you by Duz, the soap that does everything in your wash. Well, things are getting hotter, folks. You're getting closer to Miss Hush all the time. And here's the guy who keeps the kettle boiling. Your Truth or Consequences man, Ralph Edwards. Thank you very much, Harlow Wilcox, and greetings, party players. In a moment, we'll start our phone calls to you listeners to identify the voice of Miss Hush. Listen to the giant jackpot of prizes, all this to one person who can identify Miss Hush when called by us on the phone. Now, here's the jackpot. Incidentally, we're still in Chicago and having a swell time here. Man alive, Chicago Theater has been our home for the past week. It'll be for another week. Listen to the jackpot tonight. A 1947 Buick Super Convertible from the Howard Automobile Company, a Bendix Home Laundry with washer, dryer, and automatic ironer, a round-trip ticket for two via United Airlines to Honolulu, and a suite of rooms for 2 weeks at the Matson Lines Royal Hawaiian Hotel. A $2,000 Columbia House trailer, completely equipped, a $1,000 diamond and ruby Bulova wristwatch, an RCA Victor radio phonograph combination, plus a new 1948 RCA Victor television receiver, and a library of 100 Red Seal records, an I.J. Fox $1,500 full-length beaver coat, an all-metal Luscombe Silver airplane, and $2,000 in cash. So stand by your telephones. First, wouldn't that be something to win that tonight? Wait a minute. First a consequence, then a phone call. Our first contestant is a big red box of Duz. Hello, Duz. I hear you're great on wash day. I understand that right down the wash line does everything. What am I saying? Harlow Wilcox, you put that in my script now.
You took the words right out of my wash, Ralph.
No, oh, please. How do you do? What is your name, sir?
Jones.
Meet Harlow Wilcox. There you
Glad
are.
to know you, sir.
Yes, indeed. All right. Now, Harlow, you go over there and sit down. What's that?
I thought your name was Edward.
It is. That's Harlow over there. Good to
glad
see
to
you.
know you.
Yes, indeed. Careful, Harlow. No, you get back here, Mr. Jones. Where are you from?
Chicago.
What is your occupation?
Sales manager.
What's your first name?
Richard.
Live here. What's that?
Richard.
Close the door, will you, please, Richard? All right. What? Have you lived here all your life?
No, sir.
Where before that?
Iowa City, Iowa.
You sat where?
Live in Iowa City, Iowa.
Oh, it's nice to see you. Have you been over at the Chicago Theater to see us?
No, I haven't, sir.
Oh, yeah, we'll be all there all this next week, and then through Thursday, as a matter of fact, playing Truth or Consequence. I have a question for you. You here alone tonight, Mr. Jones?
No, my wife is here.
Oh, well, come back and have a good time
Thank
sometime.
you. I'll do that.
No, you start a little vacation for the two of you?
No, we're just down for the show.
Oh, good. Oh, Iowa City.
At home. No, we live in Chicago.
Now, yes.
Yes.
Good. Edwards, good to see you.
Glad to know you,
Yes,
sir.
meet Harlow Wilcox. Sit down, Harlow. We don't. Here you are. Sergeant Jim Matthews of the U.S. Marine Corps, Chicago, Illinois, wants to know, what did the worm say as he bored his way through a cucumber? Truth or Consequences? This is a you, isn't it? What's that?
You got me.
You got me? I like that answer better than the one I got, really. What did the worm say as he bored his way through a cucumber? He says, boy, am I in a pickle. And, incidentally, Monday, November 10th, marks the 172nd anniversary of the U.S. Marine Corps. Truth or Consequences joins the nation in paying homage to the Corps for its 172 years of faithful service. The Marines have lived up to their slogan, Semper Fidelis, which means always faithful. We're always proud to have the Marines represented, even if it's in question form. All right, now you haven't told the truth, so you must say the consequence. Okay, Mr. Jones?
Yes, sir.
You're not nervous about
No,
this at all?
no.
You're not afraid of what's going to happen to you
No,
tonight?
no.
That's good. It's a very dignified show, you know.
Yes, I know.
We'll sing some songs after
Yes,
a while. Now, our organist is going to play Swanee River, and we want you to sing Swanee River. You see, as you walk down the aisle here into the audience, can you sing Swanee River?
I'll
Sing a
try.
little of it, just a little.
Way.
That's enough. All right, thank you very much. But when the music stops playing, Mr. Jones, you must stop wherever you are and squirt the first person on your right with seltzer water.
Wow.
Yes, sir. $5 if you do it. Now put on this raincoat. That's it. We don't want you to get wet. Just you meet so many new friends this way, don't you, Mr. Jones? Yes. All right. Now here's the seltzer bottle, and here we go. Johnny Pollock, turn on the roving microphone. Come right. Hang on to me, and we'll go down the aisle. Music, please, there, boys. There we go.
Swanee River, way down the way. Where's where my heart is yearning ever? River out to say.
It's a woman. What are you going to do about that?
Oh, I can't squirt a woman, sir.
Now, it's $5 if you do. I'll tell you what, I'll give you $10 if you do.
That's not enough, sir.
No. Hello? What is your name?
Florence Brown.
Oh, it's almost Florence Drench here. Look out now. Well, now, what about $15? Now, wait a minute.
I'll consider it. I think that's good.
Well, let her go. Why, of course not. It's squirtless seltzer. It's just no seltzer at all. Do you feel better?
Oh, that's all right.
Yes. Why, you didn't think we'd squirt? Oh, did you think we'd squirt a woman?
No, I didn't want to, sir.
No, I should say that.
Woman, too.
Yes, indeed. It was just a seltzer bottle filled with plain water, not charged. Come up here, Mr. Jones. So you couldn't have squirted. Aren't we devils to do a thing like that? No, look. Now come back up here on stage. Now, Mr. Jones. Oh, here's a trick. Let's play. You want to play a little trick?
Sure.
Your wife is off stage waiting to come on for her consequence. Now, why don't you take this bottle of squirtless seltzer and say to your wife, "Look, honey, I'm going to drench myself with seltzer." See, will you do that?
Sure.
Say, "I'm going to drench myself." See if she'll try to stop you. Okay?
All right.
All right. You've really got to laugh on her. Here she comes. All right. Here she comes. Come right on. Mrs. Wait a minute. Get it so you squirted right there. Wait a minute now. Hello. Oh, here you are. Here you are. Come over here, please, Mrs. Jones. Mrs. Jones, your husband is trying to drench himself. Isn't that crazy?
I'm going to squirt myself. Is that okay?
Huh?
Sure, honey.
No, there's nothing in this.
What happened anyhow?
Hey, this is the same bottle.
Well, no, I can't believe it. Oh, yes, it is. For goodness sakes, somebody switched bottles. Aren't we devils, though? What do you suppose made him do that? Squirt
Oh,
himself.
he's awfully silly about
Is
things.
he? Oh, my, come on.
This is Saturday. I had a bath with Doc.
Oh, well, he's had his bath already. Oh, me, that bottle is supposed to be squirtless. You got the real seltzer. I can't understand. Some little gremlin must have switched bottles on you when your wife came in. Here's your prize, a $25 savings bond for Mr. Jones and a Parker pen and pencil set for both of you. Happy consequences to you. And here's a big red box of Does, too, Mrs. Jones.
Say, Mrs. Jones.
Oh, Harlow, did you want to tell Miss Jones something?
Yes, Ralph.
Well, go ahead and tell her, boy.
Thank you. Mrs. Jones, I wanted you to know that in that box of Does, you've got one soap that really does everything in your family wash. Does turns work clothes out shining clean, white pieces, beautifully white.
Yeah, don't forget the extra safety, chum.
Not a chance, Ralph. This same hard-working soap, Mrs. Jones, is actually safer for the newest, brightest colors you wash. That's where Does is different from any other leading packaged soap sold for wash day. Even makes more suds, ounce for ounce. They're real soap suds, too. Once you see all Does, you'll know why it's so popular. Right, Ralph?
Right, Harlow. Does is selling faster than ever. The soap shortage taught folks there's no substitute for Does.
That's the truth, Mrs. Jones. So I'd like to make a date with you.
Harlow.
And all ladies to make next wash day Does Day.
You saved my life.
From the roughest and toughest to the whitest and brightest, Does everything.
Okie dokie, Harlow. Okie dokie, boy. Now, stand by, America. I'm going to call the person who gets first crack at tonight's giant jackpot consequence in the Miss Hush contest. This is the person in our radio audience who gave us, in our first week's Miss Hush contest, the best reason why we all should support the March of Dimes. Hand me the phone, please, Alfred. Thank you very much. I'll place the call. Hello, operator? Hello? Get me Minneapolis, Minnesota, please. Minneapolis, Minnesota. Oh, my. If none of the three people called tonight can identify Miss Hush, make sure you get in the contest for next week. More about that later. Hello, Minneapolis? In Minneapolis? Hello? Hello, Minneapolis. Our NBC operator will give you a number in Minneapolis to call. Will you ring it, please? Give her the number, please, NBC. Last week we found out Miss Hush was not Elsa Maxwell nor Maud Adams. Some smart people, Minneapolis. This could be it. How'd you like to win all those prizes? Got to be getting your pencil and paper ready for the voice. And the rules there. Hello? They ringing? Oh, my, oh, my, oh, my. How many rings so far? You've had 10 rings. Ooh, wouldn't that be terrible if no one's home? Hello? No answer at all. Isn't that a shame? In our Mrs. Hush contest last year, there was only one in the whole contest that was not at home. Oh, won't that be a shame? Oh, I'm sorry, there's no answer. The phone has rung more than 10 times, 20 times. The rules say you must answer your phone. Operator still ringing. There's no answer. Please continue, operator. If there's no answer by the time we are ready for our second call in a few minutes, we'll have to eliminate this entrant. All right, let's go on with Truth or Consequences, and we'll have another Miss Hush call before long. Oh, my, oh, my, oh, my. That's too bad. Minneapolis, too. All right, now, two more more calls yet to be made. Let's have some more consequences. And later on, you will hear the voice of Miss Hush, and I'll tell you how to become eligible for the giant jackpot of prizes. Line the 4 contestants up, facing the audience there. Ed Bailey and Al Pascal, please, and I'll get out there. Get in on this contest before it's too late, you folks. Now, let's see. Oh, we have 4 contestants here. Howdy do, howdy do, howdy do, howdy do. What is your name, please?
Harriet DeBow,
Mr. Bowe, where are you from?
Pasadena, California.
Good. And your occupation?
I'm a hotel clerk. Unemployed at present.
The hotel moved away, did it?
No, the hotel itself is still here after many years. I thought I'd come back and see if it's still here.
Well, what do you know? What do you know? It's nice to have you, Miss DeBow.
Miss DeBow, yes, sir?
And you were from?
Pasadena, California.
Right. What'd you say in the audience when I...
I said I'm the old maid from Pasadena, California.
Oh, what a Mrs. DeBow. And here's the gentleman. How do you do? Your name, sir?
Warren Dawes.
President who?
My uncle was the vice president.
No, you're kidding now. Now, your name again is what? The whole name?
Warren Gates Dawes.
Mr. Dawes, will you stand back? This is liable to take 2 weeks. I'm going to move in here. Well, it's a little cold in Chicago tonight, isn't it, there? I'm glad you're wearing your overcoat in the studio like this here. The long styles are coming back, aren't they?
Yes.
It's lovely. Mr. Dawes. Mr. Dawes, now, what is your occupation, sir?
Well, I have no special occupation.
No, but I mean just anything that you do. What might you be doing?
A lot of things.
What is your, what do you do? What do you do very normally?
Nothing, mostly.
Well, what have you done in the past to make a living?
Well, nothing, mostly.
You've been a busy boy, haven't you? My, oh my. Well, haven't you put your mind to anything at all?
No.
None at all. Do you read?
Yes.
Do you do much reading?
No.
Uh-huh. Shall we dance? Okay. How do you do? What is your name, please?
Mrs. Aiken.
What's that?
Mrs. Aiken.
Yes, well, the cold will come and go, and we'll quit our Aiken again. Where are you from, Miss Aiken?
North Bernard Street.
Yes. What is your occupation?
Housewife.
Mm-hmm. For long? I mean, have you been home for long?
A long time.
Where's Mr. Aiken tonight?
Home.
What's he doing?
I couldn't tell you.
Oh, what?
Maybe sleeping, maybe listening, I don't know.
Maybe he is listening. I hope he is, don't you, Miss Aiken?
I hope he is.
Yes. How do you do? What is your name, sir?
Eugene Fay.
You what?
Eugene Fay.
I see, Mr. Fay. This would take 3 weeks. I can see that. Mr. Fay, what is your occupation?
Angora rabbit breeder.
That keeps you pretty busy?
Yes.
Well, where do you breed these rabbits?
On Midwest Road and 22nd. That's about 5 miles from Hinsdale.
That's you have a picture of it. Is that you in your father's arms? Or what is that?
No, that's my father with an Angora rabbit.
Oh, that's your father with an Angora rabbit. I see. It's you have a growing business out there, I guess.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, how do you become an Angora breeder? Do you have to study for that, or go to?
Yes. You can study, or you can you don't really have to study. You can buy the rabbit and then learn it gradually.
I see.
Gradually.
Yes, of course. It's well, where did you study for this?
At Pennsylvania.
I see. Well, did you just start out with a small organization?
No, around 12.
Around 12. What are the names of the first two, would you say? Or the first?
Well, I don't remember.
Should have been Harvey. What is your last name?
Yes. When...
Wait, yes, Harvey. What was your last name again?
Fay, F-A-Y. Not without Fay.
No, or Frank Fay either, and Harvey, you know. We have. All right. Now, here's a question, miss. It will have a little consequence. All right, we have Miss what? Miss LeBeau, Mr. Dawes, Mrs. Aiken, and, of course, we have over there Mr. Fay, the Angora boy. All right, now, what would you call the middle of an hourglass? Truth or Consequences, set in by Richard Tucker of Fitchburg, Massachusetts. This Tucker, that's the name of one of the boys that's singing the Night and Day song for so long. How about that, huh? What'd you say, sir?
The curve.
This is Mr. Dawes talking again. No, the waste of time is the middle of the hourglass. Isn't that funny?
Yeah.
Well, you haven't told the truth, gentlemen and ladies, so you must pay the consequences. All right, we have 2 minutes to do this. All right, now listen very carefully tonight. You four people, stand over a little more, will you? I got the microphone right in my way here. I mean, the one that's standing by. All right, now, you four people are going to take part in a thrilling crime story entitled The Mystery of the Scratched Corpse, or Don't Eat Crackers in Bed. Isn't that a funny thing? Isn't that a funny... You're going to get in this, Mr. Fay, aren't you?
Yes.
Yes, you're going to take one of the leading roles. All right, now, Mr. Dawes. Mr. Dawes, you with me?
Yes.
Mr. Dawes, you will play the part of Spingelheim, master detective. You have only one line in the story. Whenever I hold this microphone in front of you, you say, I got you covered. Now, let's hear you say that.
I got you covered.
Oh, he's threatening, isn't he? Oh, man. He sounds like Peter Lorre. You're supposed to be the villain, not the menace. All right. Now, Mrs. LeBeau, you are the detective sweetheart, Citronella, you see. Now, your line in the story is simply a scream. Let's hear you scream. Don't lose them. That's very good. All right. Whenever I point at you, you scream. See? All right, you have your line. Now, let's see here. Oh, Mr. Fay. You with me?
Yes.
Okay, Harvey. Or Mr. You play the part of the arch criminal. Your name is Mumbles.
Mumbles!
No, with apologies to Chester Gould and Dick Tracy. Your line is, on going around and here, and this almost come over there, and this things for some time. Now, let's hear you. Let's hear you. Sounds just like he did before. All right. Mrs. Aitken, you are Molly, Mumbles Moll. Your line is, shoot, brother, I'm loaded. Did you do it? Mrs. Aitken?
Yes.
Can you? All right, now let's hear. Shoot, brother, I'm loaded.
Shoot, brother, I'm loaded.
All right, that's fine. Now you all know your lines. Remember, you speak your lines only when I point the microphone at you. And now for the story. Here we go. Yes, the air hung heavy with midnight fog as Spingelheim groped his way through the darkness. He knew Spingelheim is asleep. Are you awake, Mr. Dodge?
You're right, you are.
Yeah, keep breathing. He knew that tonight he would find Mumbles, his arch enemy. Suddenly his blood froze in his veins as a scream pierced the night air. A gleam of light shone in the distance. Beads of perspiration appeared on Spingelheim's bald head. He put his hat on his head and said,
I've got you covered.
I thought he was going to forget the line after all. That's it. Racing. You feel all right now?
Right.
All right, now, racing at top speed, Spingelheim arrived at Mumbles' hideout. He paused for a moment to listen. Mumbles was speaking. His Molly answered.
Shoot, brother, I'm loaded.
All right, Spingelheim then, without a moment's hesitation, kicked the door open and said,
I've got you covered.
Molly answered.
Shoot, brother, I'm loaded.
Mumbles, wild-eyed, exclaimed. Yeah, that's good enough. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, that was wonderful. History was made tonight. We'll just leave the payoff. It could go on for 3 weeks. Your performance was the greatest thing since dental floss. Really, I enjoyed your performance, Mr. Fay.
Thank you.
Say hello to Rabbit.
I will.
All right, sir. What's that?
I named one for you.
No, don't do that. For each of you, we have a 14-carat, 21-jewel Bulova wristwatch and $10 each for your sterling performance. And here's another prize for you ladies, a big red box of Does apiece. It's the only wash day soap of its kind. From the roughest and toughest to the whitest and brightest, Does everything. And here, too, is a copy of Parade magazine, which has a Truth or Consequences section in it these next 3 weeks. Thanks very much for these 4 people. Oh, me, oh, my. And now we call the writer of the second best entry in this week's Miss Hush contest on Truth or Consequences for the March of Dimes. Hand me the phone again, please, Al. This may be it. Hello? Hello, operator? All right, get me. Now, hang on. This contest is red hot. Get me Rochester, Minnesota, please. Our first call to Minneapolis there didn't go through. The lady didn't answer. Hello? Rochester? Hello, our NBC operator will give you a number to call in Rochester. Would you ring it, please? Oh, my... Hello? The line is busy. Oh, no, it can't be busy. No, it shouldn't be busy at a time like this. If they're listening to the radio in Rochester, Minnesota, for goodness sakes, somebody ought to hang up real quickly. If this person cannot identify Miss Hush, we will make our third call in a few minutes. 2 calls from Minnesota tonight are... is it still busy? Well, you better do something about it, please. Come on, talk to Rochester there. 2 calls from Minnesota. Don't anyone call in there for the time being. 2 calls from Minnesota tonight are reminiscent of the first 2 from Hollywood and Los Angeles last week. The judges never see the cities, only the statements sent in. And the coincidence of the 2 states tonight is just as exciting as this same city last time. Hello? Still busy, still busy, still busy. All right. Well, we can't go on until we get this person there. Will you keep calling? All right, Rochester, Minnesota. Now, somebody's talking over the telephone there, and we really should get them on the phone to find out if they know the identity of Miss Hush. I'll tell you what we do. Hello? All right, still busy. Can you ring this phone? All right, ring it then when it's all clear. Okay, can you make with a finger? Okay, now, I'll tell you what we do. We'll go on here. Harlow, come on up to the microphone here, fella. We'll talk for just a second, and we'll make this call again in just a few seconds here to find out. Let me have an organ fanfare, because this is important. Does nominates this week's Dishpan Dozer. She's Mrs. Charles Sly of 1106 Fair Street, Clarkston, Washington.
Nice dozen, Mrs. Sly. There are many more like you who have found that does everything in the dishpan, too. From fast action on greasy pans to gentle action on hands. You know, folks, ounce for ounce, Does makes more suds than any strong granulated soap. Real soap suds that stand up till the last dish is done. Changing to Does can mean smoother, lovelier hands, too. So start doesing your dishes. Does everything.
Right you are, Harlow. Attaboy, nice dozen. Now, let's get on here. I tell you what, let's get our night and day trio up here and find out how they made out. Here are the 3 fellas. Yes, indeed, the 3 fellas who last week on Truth or Consequences were told to sing night and day until the city of Chicago reached a $5.5 million mark in its $7 million campaign for the community fund. Every day, they've appeared with us over at the Chicago Theater where we're playing Truth or Consequences through this Thursday. Come on up here, gentlemen. They're still singing. Come up here, boys. Here's Mr. Harold Tucker of the Herald American here. He's a reporter. How you doing, Harold?
Oh, we just did it.
How'd you like your vacation?
Well, this was no vacation.
It certainly wasn't. All right, come up here. Phil Keith. Phil, we're going to have to hurry. How are you?
Fine, thank you.
Oh, you sure?
Yes,
How'd you
sir.
boys make out over at the hotel?
Oh,
where
that
you were?
was a fine deal. We stayed in the closet, one of us, and the other 2 slept.
Oh, that's good. Ward Chase, come in here and tell us what your wives have to say about this.
Well, they were glad to get rid of us at first, but now they're getting a little anxious to have us home again.
Oh, they are. All right. And now, well, let me tell you something, gentlemen. By the way, did you appear on Tommy Bartlett's Welcome Traveler show all
That
week?
we
there?
did, yes,
Good boy.
sir.
Well, you were to win a Hart Shafter and Mark suit apiece and $200 in cash if Chicago made $5.5 million in the community fund campaign. Right now, you can stop singing because Chicago has so far contributed $5,510,000 thanks to you fellas and all the wonderful people of Chicago.
I don't want to stop singing. I
You don't
like
wanna-
to sing.
Okay, thanks a lot. And Harold Tucker, Phil Keith, thanks, man. Thanks very much. And the city of Chicago thanks you a whole lot, too. All right. The second call did not answer. We are now into the third call. Now the third call to the writer of the third best entry in this 1947 Miss Hush contest. If this person knows the identity, let's have the telephone. Is it going through? Hello, operator. Operator? If this person does not know the identity of Miss Hush, operator, get me Kansas City, Kansas, please. Oh, can it be Kansas? It could be anybody. It could be this call. It could be you. All right. Come along now. If this person doesn't know the identity of Miss Hush, 3 more fabulous prizes will be added to our already giant jackpot, and 3 more people. Hello, Kansas City? This is NBC Chicago. Our operator will give you a number in your city. Will you please ring it? That's right. All right. It may be you. The winner may be you if you've entered our March of Dimes Miss Hush contest. More of that in a minute. Hello? Let's go. All right. What's that? Oh, I see. Going to change the number. Well, that's good. They've left the number where to call. Now, if this person doesn't know the identity of Miss Hush, this is our third call for the evening, and if it doesn't know, well, it'll have to go another week. And if we don't know here in a second, why, I'm going to continue with the rules. And hello. Kansas City, Kansas is on the alert. Oh, boy, everybody in Kansas City. I wonder if they're as shaky as I am. Hello? Kansas City? Oh, my, don't tell me we're going to get no calls through this evening. This would be terrible. 3 rings. Yes. Hello, quickly. They're getting her to the phone. Hello? Ooh. I'm just going to ask the one question, then we got to run. Come along, come along, come along. Yes. Hello? She must be clear over in Kansas City Boulevard. Maybe she went over to Missouri. I don't know. Hello, hello. This is exciting. I don't know if I can stand this or not. Hello, is this Mrs. Lucille Donovan of 626 37th Street, Kansas City, Kansas? Ralph Edwards, of Truth or Consequences. All right, the big question. Tell us who you think is Miss Hush. You think Spring Byington? Spring Byington? No, I'm sorry. Spring Byington is wrong. Thanks on behalf of the March of Dimes and Truth or Consequences. Keep trying, will you? Good night to you. So the name of Miss Hush remains a mystery for another week. All right, I hope your name will be called and you'll win the giant jackpot of prizes. Added to all the prizes this week, to all those will be added a $1,000 Popular Mechanics home workshop with a library of Popular Mechanics instruction books, a Servell silent gas refrigerator, and Sherwin-Williams Cover the Earth trademark paints will paint your home inside and out. Who is Miss Hush? Quickly, here's a quick cue now. Stand by. Here she is. From somewhere in the United States comes the voice of Miss Hush. Listen and good luck. Here is the voice.
Second for Santa Claus. First for me. 13 for wreath. 7 for tree. Bring me an auto, a book, and a ball, and I'll say Merry Christmas in spring, not in fall.
Who is it? If you think you can identify the voice of Miss Hush, this is what you do to enter. 1, finish the sentence in 25 additional words or less. We should all support the March of Dimes because. 2, enclose your entry in an envelope. Only one entry to an envelope with a money contribution, if you please, for the March of Dimes. 3, mail with your name, address, and telephone number printed clearly in the upper right-hand corner to Miss Hush, Hollywood, California. 4, do not include the name of Miss Hush with or on your entry. And don't forget, each week brings a new contest. All entries received by Monday, November 10th will be judged, and the writer of the best entry in this group will be called next Saturday. Enter each contest often as you please. However, only one entry to an envelope. Eligibility for participation is not contingent upon your contribution to the March of Dimes. Let your heart be your guide. Each week, the writer of the best entry will be called as we did tonight. You must be at your telephone at the time of our Eastern broadcast. And if you know the identity of Miss Hush, you'll win the giant jackpot. If you're wrong, the second best will be called, and if he's wrong, the third best will be called. Entries will be judged for sincerity, originality, and aptness of thought. Judge's decision is final. All entries become the ideas of property of Truth or Consequences. None will be returned. Any resident of the United States may compete, except employees of Truth or Consequences, NBC, Procter & Gamble, their advertising agencies, and their families. Now, only one attempt will be made to reach the contender for the prize, and that attempt will be on our regular Eastern broadcast on Saturdays at 8:30 Eastern Time, 7:30 Central Time, 6:30 Mountain Time, and 5:30 Pacific Time. Remember, finish the sentence in 25 additional words. We should all support the March of Dimes because the address, Miss Hush, Hollywood, California. Now, here she is again, Miss Hush, from somewhere in the United States. Come on, you've heard this voice. You know this woman. Can't you give us some hints, Miss Hush?
Well, Mr. Edwards, I'll try. In the first place, I am a miss. I'm married, that is. And if it's second for Santa Claus, why should it be first for me? And I still thrive in spring. Really, it's so simple. Good night, everybody.
Who is it? Well, Suds alive, here come our happy-go-duzzy singers and their merry washing machines.
Hello. D-U-Z, D-U-Z.
Put those in your washing machine.
Work clothes come out oh so clean.
White things white and colored things bright.
D-U-Z does everything. From the roughest and the toughest to the whitest and the brightest.
No soap quite like does before.
Does is different, does more.
When you does your wash, you'll sing.
D-U-Z does everything. D-U-Z.
Ralph Edwards for Does. Another crack at the giant Miss Hush contest next week. Good night, everybody.
This is Harlow Wilcox speaking for Procter & Gamble, the makers of Does. Ralph Edwards' Truth or Consequences came to you from Chicago, Hollywood, and Miss Hush's Hideaway. Prepare to be dazzled. See your hair shine its brightest with new improved Green Shampoo. Compared to dulling soap shampoos, new Green reveals up to 33% more sheen. With your very first Green Shampoo, you'll see up to 33% more sheen. Extra money, money, money. $25,000 offered in Green's sensational contest. First prize, $10,000. Get entry blank and complete information at your dealers. You may win a fortune. Don't miss Green's $25,000 contest.
Hush. This is NBC, the National Broadcasting Company.